Hello, everybody, and welcome to the Wednesday night edition of Inside the Headset. We had a little malfunction there. I had the master volume turned down and was trying to reach the head coach of the Helena Huskies, and I finally got him with me tonight as we start off the Wednesday night live edition. Appreciate everybody joining us. Our sponsor tonight is John Jones. John Jones Real Estate. Nobody sells homes like John. Um, Richie, state of Alabama has played 3 games. You're 3-0. You beat Homewood 31-17. Take us through it a little bit.
Yeah, it was we were on the road at Homewood, who was 0-2, but like we talked about last week, just a tradition-rich program here in the Birmingham area. Many state titles. We went down 10-0 early and clawed our way back in the first half, kicked the field goal with under 15 seconds to go right before halftime and tied it up and scored 31 unanswered points from there and ended up winning 31-17. So just a great effort by our guys, facing a little adversity that we had not come across this year up until this point. And I'm just really proud of our team.
What was your possession, time of possession there in that first half as you was playing Homewood?
Well, I mean, I think time of possession is pretty much even, other than they were just, we were 3 and out all the time on offense. And, they came out on their end and did some things that we had not seen on film, getting their back out into the backfield and getting some balls to him. And he's a very good player. And, caught us off guard a little bit there, but we were able to go in at halftime and we weathered that storm and make some adjustments and pretty much shut them down in the second half. We gave up a deep ball there late in the game when they were throwing some desperation balls up. Somebody got behind us, but other than that, our defense played lights out in the second half.
Do you like where you are?
I do. I still, we're still battling some injuries up front offensively. We're rotating a lot of guys, different guys in up front offensively. But I mean, I like the fact that we went on the road against a very good program. Got hit in the mouth early. Didn't play our best in the first half, but were able to claw back and tie the game up for half, and then come out in the second half and pretty much dominate the game. So got a big one this week against Chilton County. They have the number one player in the state of Alabama on their team, outside linebacker by the last name Riddick. Has originally committed to Georgia. He's recently flipped to Auburn. So very athletic team, very physical. So we'll have our hands full this week.
Well, and being 3-0 and with the team you've got right now, the 2023 Huskies, what do you feel like you need to do Friday night? I know you need to win the game, but where do you need to grow as a team? Where do they need to get better at? Where can they get better, Coach?
Well, my concern is this week is really just staying focused on this week. Next week we have Pelham, which, as you know, is just about 2 miles down the road here.
And you're going there. And you're going there.
Yeah, that is my biggest concern this week because, as you know, Helena split off of Pelham 10 years ago. So you're talking about communities that at one time were one high school, now they're two, and we got them next week. But we got this Chilton County team that is loaded with athletic talent. And the last 2 years, 2 years ago, we won 48-40. Last year we beat them in overtime, and we were down 27-6 in the second half and came back and beat them. That's my biggest concern is our kids looking forward to that Pelham game. And me knowing what I see on film, this team that we're about to face Friday night that always plays us close, whatever you want to call the game, that's my biggest concern. Trap game, whatever. It's just us staying focused on day by day, week by week, is my biggest concern.
Injury-wise, you come out okay?
Well, we lost one of our starting receivers to a knee injury. He'll be out for the season. Very unfortunate. Just one of those kids that just had worked his tail off for 4 years to become a starter as a senior. every coach's dream, never complain, always working, and finally got his chance in senior year. Then his third game of senior year has a knee injury that will keep him out the rest of the year. Just heartbreaking for him, for all of us. Just a wonderful teammate. And I guess other than that, we're still where we were going into that game. Just some normal banged up, just some normal injuries. But losing him was just bad on all of us to see that happen.
Yeah, it sounds like to me one of the pride of Helena that could be one of the future leaders of the community if he decided to stay around the area.
100%. Great family. Just one of those kids that just wanted to be a high school football player and did everything he needed to do to be a starter as a senior. And you hate to see it with any kid, but a kid like that had just fought his way up to being in a starting position, and that happened. And, just devastating for me and that kid and that family.
Well, give it up. Give us a few accolades, and we'll get out of here and wish you the best of luck. But give us a few accolades on the offensive side of the ball to some of those kids that played well last Friday night against Homewood.
Our quarterback played really good again last week. He was 20 of 24. One was a drop. A couple of them was a throwaway on pressure. Just played tremendous. Hunter Hale had another tremendous game for us. Torrey Ward, our other receiver. Jordan Washington had 25 carries. They held him under 100 yards, but he had some big carries when it mattered to move the chains. Defensively, our middle linebacker, Joseph Roberto, 13 tackles, up for Defensive Player of the Year in the state, had a pass breakup, had a fumble recovery, and he even scored a touchdown in the Wildcat. So a lot of guys made a lot of plays last week when it mattered.
Coach, we wish you the best of luck, and I know the Chilton County game, it's a home game, but it's still it's another step in you've got to have them all from now on out. You got to have them all. I mean, you only get so many out of conference games, but those out of conference games is where you try some things as we talk about. But the region games, or however you all classify it, we call them region games. Those are the ones you got to have.
Yeah, you got to have all of them, and you can never take any of them for granted because you drop one of them when you shouldn't. You end up going from a host playoff seed to going on the road, and nobody ever wants that. So, we feel good about our team. I think we've got a really good team if our kids can stay focused and in the moment and working every day and every week and doing what they're supposed to do. I think we're going to have a really good ball team.
Well, we'll be when we close Friday night here in the state of Tennessee, we'll have 5 games complete, and you'll have 4. But the season is short, as you explained in another coach's show, that you work so hard for such a short time to get on the big stage.
You do, and obviously no other high school sport do you train for 8 to 9 months to get to play 3, and then when it gets here, there's so much excitement, and you're just grinding from Monday or Sunday to Friday. The next thing you know, you look up, and like you said, y'all are halfway through, and it won't be long before we are, and you're like, where'd the time go?
Well, and in basketball and baseball, you can trade because there's so many games. So, sometimes you may play an opponent at your place and at their place during your season. But it's not that way in football. You may only get, you'll only get 2 times at your house, and one of them will be you're a freshman, but you only get 2 times at your house of that team coming, and you'll have to go to their. It's just according to how the contract will work out on those region games, and that's where a lot of kids don't really get it. You don't have another swinging chance. You only got one shot at them every year.
That's right, and the thing about high school football, that taste, whether it be good or bad, stays there for a week, and then it stays there for a year. So
And then later on, when you see
it,
them
it,
later on in life, it stays there from now on because they
for
beat you.
life.
Yes, yes,
Yeah,
yes.
and it's what we tell our kids all the time, especially in the South. As you know, when you meet people as you get older, especially males, and you're in a group or whatever, one of the first things you say is, "Where did you play ball?" Whether you meet in a bar or a restaurant or wherever it may be, as you're talking, "Hey, I'm so and so. Hey, where did you play ball?" That's just one of those things, and you want to say you played ball at a good place, somewhere that you can hold your head high for the rest of your life. And as we know, it is high school sports, and it shouldn't be the end all be all, but it does carry a big weight for a long time.
Well, it sure does, and according, even if no matter what, if there's a lot of kids that are hired that end up because they were high school football players and played for a team, and maybe they did a lot of damage or maybe they did a lot of good, but either way, it doesn't make any difference. Those ones that do take the moment at hand and excel, they profit from it, no question.
Yeah, I don't think there's any question about that.
All righty, Coach. Good luck and go Huskies.
Yes, sir. Go Huskies.